All right, welcome back to Discover with Drina. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. All right, so I told you I was going to come back and tell you about my Reiki healing. I know a lot of people probably don't know anything about a Reiki healing, but I had got some information. Well, I knew what a Reiki healing was. It is a healing that's done by Reiki healers, more in a meditation state. It has a lot to do with your hands. I'm not a Reiki healer, but I'm just telling you my process. So last year, my cousin had told me that, and let's see how I can say this. I just been on this journey for a minute because I know from a child I had a lot of thoughts of I didn't belong, and it started first with just analyzing my parents as a child. I also going to church with my mom, and she wanted me to be baptized so bad. I didn't want to do that. That was not my thing. My dad is Catholic, my mom is Christian, my grandma's Baptist, and we went to church with her. We went to church with everybody. Also, my auntie ended up marrying a African man. We were very young. I can remember practicing his religion on the weekend when we used to spend the night at their house. So I remember staying up all night playing a tower and stuff like that, but then we had to get up and pray to Allah. He showed us how to do that, but I guess we was in his presence because he's like, y'all been up all night, you going to pray this morning. So we used to do it. We used to pray. It wasn't a big deal to my my aunt either, and she was Christian. So it was just a weird upbringing. Not too weird, but just weird as in when it comes to religion. And I wasn't the child that was into that type of thing. But they made us do vacation Bible study. But anyway, getting back to the Reiki healing. So my cousin told me she went and had a Reiki healing. She told me her experience. She told me she went back in a time that was like Egyptian time. Like she could see herself and her tribe, and she just got a lot of clearance from her issues, what she's dealing with today and what she was dealing back then in that lifetime. So I really want to explore that for myself, me feeling the way I did as a child. So I decided to go have the Reiki healer. I will put the healer name that did my Reiki. I'll put her name in the comments because she is in Atlanta, not too far from where I live. So I went on my birthday, August 3rd, and I went to a place. She had her Reiki healing spot in like an apartment, like where her other healers, do their process with people, So I went in thinking like me and my cousin linkage. I don't even know why I was thinking like that, because we are all connected. Just because you're family related doesn't mean you're going to have the same experience as your family member. So when I came in, she cleaned the room. She had cleansed the room. She saged the room. She had a lot of instruments. They had a table inside where you can lay on, like a massage table. She had a discussion with me about my intentions on this process or what I expected to happen. And I really told her I just wanted to enjoy the journey. I don't even think I had intentions. I said I wanted to enjoy the journey and see what happens. So she told me that, she did say something might happen, some might not happen. It's just the timing of it. So I end up, she asked me what music did I want to hear. I told her the Egyptian music because I'm thinking like my cousin went to the Egyptian music. I know she was in Egyptian time. So I wanted to do that. So I chose the Egyptian music, which I don't really think it matters. I think whatever floats your boat, in that to get you where you're going. But I know she did a clearance of to check my chakras, and if you know anything about chakras, we have 7 chakras from the root all the way up to above your head. So she had a pendulum, and the pendulum is like a necklace with a stone in it. It kind of makes you aware of what chakras need to be worked on and what chakras are doing fine. But I did want to say that chakras involve a lot of things. I mean, it's colors, food, it's energy in your body, it's organs in your body. So she did that. So I'm about to explain to you what happened. So when she did the chakra clearance, she did tell me that my chakras from my heart all the way up was good. You thinking like, yeah. But girl, from your sacral all the way down is closed. And most of the time, that has to do with childhood things. Remember I told you about my childhood. I didn't feel like I belonged with my parents. But how can I say? And so she did tell me that. And then I remember years before, I had my gallbladder removed. I was having stomach issues. That explained a lot for me that I was holding inside right in. And most women, most people do hold a lot in the stomach area. We carry children, a lot of us. We have cycles. So after that, I was like, whoa, that's deep. I thought I was kind of like, okay, but then you can't really think like that. You just got to think that it's just some traumas that you got to get past or get cleared or whatever it may be. So she did start on, she did tell me, she put a blanket over me. She put a eye sleeping mask on my face. I felt a little uncomfortable about it, but that might be coming from trauma. I don't even know. That was crazy. But she did do that. She, burned incense, sage, all kinds of herbs, and she started playing music. And the music, different instruments trigger different things. And none of those instruments triggered me like the instrument that sounded like rain. So the rain instrument, it started playing, but it took so long, y'all. It seemed like it took so long for me to get where I was supposed to be. I was getting frustrated, anxious within myself, because I'm laying here, I'm falling into a deep sleep. And once the sleep get deep, your mind triggers to what's going on? Why am I not seeing anything? But then I wasn't supposed to take the process so anxious and impatient like that. So I had to tell myself, like, be patient, calm down, just relax and wait for the process. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So I'm waiting, and then she started playing that instrument. Remind you, it seemed like it took forever. Remind you, when that instrument started moving, she's moving it. It's like I hear rain. Then I'm going through these chutes, like I'm going through almost like a video game, like Sonic. You know how Sonic goes through these tunnels and he's just flying through these tunnels and then he pop up. So that's kind of like how I felt, but it just kept going like shoo, 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 shoo. And then once it finally came to a pause or a stop, I seen the moon, and it was a clear vision. That's crazy. I can see the moon right now this morning. Moon, sun. So I did see the moon. It was looking just like it was looking in my Reiki healing vision. So I see the moon, and then it's like I'm going around, I don't see it. Then I see the moon. Then I'm going around, I don't see it. Then I see the moon. And then all of a sudden, it's kind of like I'm in this place, maybe like floating in darkness almost. I don't know if I'm floating, but I'm in darkness, what I'm saying. Almost like I'm out of space. Yes, I'm out of space. Because I see the moon. I have to be out of space. That's what I'm thinking in my mind. So all of a sudden, I become in this room and it just turns gold. And then people are rushing in. And it's not rushing in like an emergency, but rushing in like, you're here. Yes. You know, like I don't even see their face. I just see people with lots of hair and they bringing gold, they putting it on my arms, then more come in and put it on my ankles. And I was like, how they fitting this on my ankle? How you put a gold bracelet on my feet, on my ankle, and then it comes all the way up because all of it was coming up. Then they start putting it on my head and it just became to the point where I was golden. Like I knew it was like a sense of home because I think as a child I probably missed that right there. Like maybe that was my place. It felt like home. It really felt like home. It really felt like I was missing this place. It really felt like I want to stay here. I didn't want to leave. Like I did not want to leave. I was sitting there like I can feel it. Then it was like my mind stepped outside of myself, almost like two minds. And this voice started talking, which is me. But I'm listening to myself talk to a person. I know it was a woman, feminine energy, and I knew she could help me. I could feel it. Now, the whole time, y'all, I'm in a Reiki healing. This is in my mind. I can see this in my mind. Okay? So then, it was like, I jumped out and said, I want to stay at home. And I was so demanding. I want to stay at home. She said no. I was angry. And she was like, I said, I can stay here. I don't understand why I can't stay at home. And she was like, you have to do what you were supposed to do. And I was like, in my mind, I didn't even really care about what I was supposed to do. I was so ready to stay in this time, that place, with those people. Like, I was truly at home. Like, that felt like home. So then she was like, I said, I cannot stay here. I don't want to go back here. I don't want to stay here. You can't make me stay. And I was like, I'm listening to myself like, damn, girl, you mad as fuck. Why you so mad? And I know I was mad because, you know, living on earth is so many systems. And I really was in this phase of life where I hated all these systems, knowing we're supposed to live in a free world. But I knew I had to think like, this the mission. Like, it's almost the obstacle course. So then it's almost I had to go back to what Dolores Cannon said, like, you chose to be here. You chose to come in this time. So I'm like, why did I choose to come in this time? Like, why I can't be in the time where it's laid back? But then you gotta think, everybody gotta put in something. Like, everybody has to put in some type of effort. And I don't know, maybe I was so comfortable Where I'm from, I wasn't putting in the effort. I don't know. I want to say that about myself though either. I want to speak positive. So I do want to be in this time putting in the effort. So I do try to put in my effort here. But I think it frustrates me with the systems. And then I'm telling this lady that I don't want to go back to this time here. And then I heard myself say, well, the only way I go back if you give me my superpowers. I ain't going back if you don't give me my superpowers. And it's like almost, she looked at me and I could feel like I thought she was being sarcastic. Really, she was saying, you got it. That feminine energy was saying like, you're right. You do need your superpowers. You do need to find out what is your superpowers. So that's what made me start Discover with Drina. That's what made me change my whole being of who I am. We all go in and out about who we are, especially from past life, present life, and what you want to see in the future. So it's kind of like I forgave the old Drina. I've forgiven myself for the choices that I've made. I want to be a better person, so I got to choose better things. So I can live on this planet and still have my superpowers. That's what I learned in the Reiki healing, because I feel like the systems were taking my superpowers, and I was pissed. But in so many ways, she was saying the systems can never take your superpowers. Nobody can take your superpowers. You always have them. So the message today is we all have superpowers, and love yourself to nurture your superpowers, and nobody can take them away, regardless of these systems that we live in on this planet called Earth. So make sure you meditate. Make sure you speak what you want to existence. Make sure you use your positive energy to influence somebody else. Because we do have some bad people in this world, but the bad can be diminished by the good. We all have bad inside of us. I mean, it's good and bad inside of every person. We live on Earth, y'all. This is the red and blue planet, the positive and negative, good and bad, up and down, yin and yang, whatever you want to call it. It's already been programmed within inside of you. You just have to do the unprogramming. So, unprogram and get your power. And have a good time while you're doing it. Just remember that. Have a good time while you're doing it. Y'all have a great day. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's talk about it. Who else had a Reiki healing? Who else had a great experience? Who had a bad experience? Let me know. Because I do want to say, like, at the end of my experience, it did show me that on this planet Earth, I experienced a lot of abuse from men. And I have. I must admit that I have. And that was letting that energy take away my power. But I no longer let them do that. So I broke a lot of systems within me. So anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. Discover with Drina. Y'all have a great day.